I recently hit the age where I'm now keeping my Molly in my pill organizer. Wednesday. Thursday. Friday makes my hands feel nice. Feel my hands, you know? Yeah, recently turned 54 years old. Thank you very much. Yes, you can applaud 54, it's fine. Okay. Some people think I have younger looking skin. I'll share with you guys a skin tip. I've been doing this for years. Every morning, very first thing I do the minute I get out of bed is I don't have kids. Very first thing. Gotta do it every day. It's a regimen. I actually come from a time when you could hit your kids. Actually, I come from a time when you could hit other people's kids. It was open season on children in the 1970s and 80s. Too much excitement. My dad used to hit me with a belt. And later on in his life, he was on his deathbed, and I flew down to Florida to say goodbye to him. He apologized for everything. Of course, I forgave the man. I wound up thanking him, and he thanked me. And we had this really tender moment of closure. And then he lived. He made a complete recovery. You ever leave your office with a coworker and you say goodbye to each other? And then you realize you're both walking the same way in the parking lot? And you got nothing to say to each other anymore? That became me and my dad every day of our lives. Like I said, I grew up in New York City, and I remember on long car trips, I would sit in the back seat of the car, and I would take my socks and shoes off, and I'd wrap my socks up in a ball, and I'd shove them in my mouth. And I'd put my hands behind my back, like this, right? And I'd bang my head against the passenger window in the back seat, hoping other drivers on the highway would see this and pull us over, take me away from this family. Between the ages of 9 and 12, I did this all across the Long Island Expressway. And we got pulled over 0 times. 0 times. We were like a rolling Amber Alert that everyone just chose to ignore. And 10-year-old Jeff, I thought I was being so smart, but now that I'm an adult, I realize every driver on that highway was like, that kid looks like a lot. Like I said, 54, different time when I was growing up. I'm not proud to admit this. When I was around 14, I was starting to date, and my parents said, Jeff, now that you're dating, we expect you to bring home somebody like the family. I was like the family? You mean emotionally distant? What do you mean like the family? And they said, no, Jeff, we just wouldn't expect you to bring home a black girl. I know, different time. But I do what they said. I never brought home a black girl. But I brought home a lot of black guys. And, and you know what? After that, my parents would have been thrilled if I brought home a black girl. Somehow my dick sucking made them more progressive when it comes to race. You know how they say black don't crack? Because black people have this wonderful attribute of being able to retain their youthful looks. Some people think I'm younger than 54, and they're like, do you have any black in you? I'm like, I've had. I've earned these rosy cheeks, right? Up here, these cheeks, cool. Actually, I'm bisexual. I like men and boys. I'm on the spectrum sexually. Not little boys. Frat boys. I'm talking about frat boys, all right? It's weird to me that fraternities are so historically homophobic, because I feel like gays, we were the first fraternity. A group of men bound together by a secret. I met a frat boy in Chattanooga recently, and he said to me, "It's a real shame that you gay guys can't kiss when you have sex." I was like, is that a new executive order? What happened? He's like, nah, bro, because you guys do it from behind. I said, we can do it missionary style. He was shocked. I said, haven't you seen gay porn? He's like, no, dude, I don't watch gay porn, bro. I'm like, okay. But by accident. You've never seen gay porn by accident? It's like, nah, dude, not even by accident. That's some bullshit. I'm always looking for gay porn, and I get straight porn by accident. I don't freak out. I dabble. I just understand if I order enough french fries, eventually I'm gonna get an onion ring in there once in a while, you know?